Hey dear, I've seen making my review about The Pianist. So I believe that it's an emotional masterpiece. Like I must appreciate the Adrian Brody for its performance. Like he is just a depiction of hopelessness, despair, and how he perfectly, you know, deeply sunken into the role. That's truly marvelous, and his acting is just superb. It's never easy to represent such true emotions of hopelessness, and we really believe that watching the movie is like we are just witnessing the cold era in which that was a bad time on the Poland. And another topic. So, absolute masterpiece. And I think that I must appreciate the director Roman Polanski. I like Roman Polanski. This name. So what actually happened is that during those bad times, during those wars, he was like a kid, like a young, and he was actually suffering. He actually suffered those wars. He came and he made a remake to the movie, which was never easy. It was very difficult to make, but no one could make it better than him. And when he make it, it was successful and win many awards. So it was no better director could do it, and it's a sad story that he lost his mother in those wars as well. So it's a dark tale, like it's a dark story, and many lessons in it, like never give up, and you know that after the bad days there's a sunshine, like the William Henry Davis says, it is always darkest before the dawn. Better days will come. Hard days never lost, and you can see perfect, like first the Germany invaded the Poland, and at the end the Poland invaded the Germany. So I think that that's a perfect motivation as well. And about the Spilsman, I think he is just a floating character. Like he is never smooth. The movie is not in a single nature. We see that the movie is like we believe first he is with family, then his family departs, he meets people, he leaves the people. So it's basically a floating nature, and that actually impresses me. Actually, the German officer story is pretty interesting. I believe William Hosenfold was the legendary man who saved the salesman from the crowd, like separated him from his family, and his family was killed later on. And he separated him, and he went to a refugee house. That's another story I will explain later. So that German officer was like a savior. I wish that he could get his help back at the end, but he could not, and that's the sad picture. But when he approached the man and said that, hey, you know, salesman, ask him. I helped him at one moment, so he will pay me back. That was the emotional part of the story. Another two characters like Janina and Bagaski, like they also performed their role very well. Like Janina was loyal, no doubt she married, but she remembered the salesman, and she offered refuge, a place to live, and also some food. No doubt it arrived after a week, and salesman was about to die. That explains that how tough it is to live a life, and you have to face different challenges. But the brave never give up and always find a way to live. The funny part was when this Spilsman was wearing the German officer's coat, and the Poland army came and they were about to shoot, and they said that, what are you doing in that German coat? Oh, I am like it's a lot of cool. That's why I wear it. That was I laughed a lot over that scene, and quite an optimistic approach to the movie, and quite sad story of German officer. Like he died in 1952, and the Spilsman lived almost 80 years, and he died in 2000. So movie is basically a story, a dark tale, in which it is about the human psychology, human psyche, that a man lives. A man like in a man nature, he tries to escape. He tries to escape the bad time. He tries his best to live. So it's according to the human psychology. Tough times pass on and better days come. Motivational story as well. But one bad aspect, I think, because it's not like clear. Like I can say that what's happening around. we will have to wait and that someone will look out of the window and we will see that what's happening outside. That's a limitation to the story of the movie. That is not the true representation what's happening outside, but what's happening inside. It has both benefits and disadvantages. Like when someone has to go outside the window and look, so hey, what's happening there? So it may have limited access to the scene, but overall it is interesting. It is a good story, motivation, and one of the best by Polanski. I must appreciate that.